is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. Going beast mode when the game begin. I worked all summer to be a champion. At Venice High School, all we do is win. Man, it feel good to be an Indian.
And welcome to this week's edition of the John Peacock Coaches Show. I'm John Massoni, here with Venice head football coach John Peacock. And Coach, kickoff classic was Friday night, Powell Davis Stadium. Very big crowd, very enthusiastic crowd. I think everybody feels the same way we felt. Let's get football started.
A little excited for football, yeah.
No
sure.
doubt. Tampa Tech Titans came into town. A very good team, playoff team from last year. State semifinals from the year before that.
State runner-up.
Runner-up, right. That's runner-up. And we 48-7 victory for the Indians, and I think you had to be relatively pleased with the way things went on Friday.
Yeah, I mean, we're very, very pleased at where we're at this stage. Definitely ahead of the curve when it comes down to what we're used to seeing. There was very, very few mental errors, and we had one turnover, but that was caused by a little extra effort running, and the guy just had a nice job. He put his hat right on the ball and made a heck of a hit on our running back. And, I was just at the end of the game just really, really pleased at how we performed. They did come out right away and drive down the field and score. But what was nice to see of that was the way we were able to settle down and adjust and pretty much shut them out the rest of the game.
It was almost like there was a little bit of it's a real game for the defense. Like a little hesitancy coming up and tackling, being aggressive in some ways. It could just be, got to get used to the flow of things again. And once that sort of got taken care of, ones and the twos on defense pitched a shutout the rest of the way. Yeah,
did a nice job. Like I said, they came down, and they have a good football team. They're a lot better than probably people realize. That they're going to make a deep run in the playoffs. They're considered the best team in Hillsborough County by a lot of people. I really thought the overall team effort was very, very nice. I thought both of our quarterbacks played very well. Yep. We had 9 different people catch the ball. Our running backs ran extremely hard. Our offensive line was physical. There's really a lot of good things that happened in our game Friday.
No doubt about it. And like I said, the tandem of Jaden Glasser and Ryan Downs, and then also in the backfield, Alvin Johnson and Jamaris Wilder. You watching them play and support each other, and having the both, I guess in each case having a good amount of success had to bode well for how you feel how the summer and the spring went as far as the team building and as far as the competitiveness of the team as well.
Yeah, it was awesome. There was no animosity towards anyone. Everyone was focused on the team goal of winning, and really, really nice job as far as that goes on our sideline and just the way everybody carried themselves. Everyone did get to play, but even leading up to that point, I think even our guys that were backups were involved in the game and excited about the game. And like I said, it was just a real nice atmosphere for Venice High School and our sideline, and they did everything that we asked for. We had a dance party in the locker room after. I mean, that's good stuff. We put a lot of work into this, and Friday night is payday. We get to celebrate and hopefully go out and show our community what the work we've been putting in.
A lot of people I spoke to, this is like a preseason game. Not really. If you look at the preseason game in the NFL, you're only getting little snippets of players here and there. You're getting some guys who are still trying to make the team in the NFL. Right. In this case, it's sort of like a dress rehearsal. Even more so because you've got. While again, this is not a on the official record, you remember these games. This is not something that just gets tossed away from everybody's memory bank.
We approach it like a real football game. I know it doesn't go on the record, but it's in your memory, and we treat it just like any other game. It's the most important game in our schedule that week.
Right.
So it's not. We wouldn't go into the game thinking it's a scrimmage, and we wouldn't take the attitude after it that it was just a scrimmage. We treated it just like a playoff game does.
And now, you've said a lot in the past how the biggest improvement of the team is from first game to second game. Have you seen anything so far in practice this week, or are you just sort of, it's wait and see kind of situation?
I don't know. We definitely can improve on some things for sure. but it's not like years past where we have to fix a whole lot of things. There's not a whole lot of things that are broken.
Sure.
We have to play better. We have to be a little bit more physical on the offensive line and have our pad level down a little lower. Defensively, we got to start the game better. There's not a whole lot that's broken right now. We just, like I told the guys, we have to keep progressing each week, and we need to learn how to come out here and practice and not start looking at the big picture and just look at each practice as a life of its own and each game as a life of its own.
Sure.
And this week is Armwood, and we got to be totally locked in and totally focused on Armwood. And then after we're done with Armwood, then we'll focus on whoever we got next.
Right. And excited in another Hillsborough County school as well, with a rich tradition.
Huge.
Really,
they have. I just remember, the first 10 years when we were losing in the second round, looking at Armwood and the things that they've done, and it was something like 6 or 7 straight regional championships. I'm like, how in the world
do you do that?
Can somebody do that? And we're sitting here now, and we're on the verge of number 7,
right?
This year. So they have a huge tradition, and they have a lot of really, really, really good football players that have come through there, and they have a lot of good football players on their team right now.
Yeah, and I think sometimes when you play these schools, you're looking at it and saying, okay, it's possible. That we're watching somebody who's doing it, and now 7 years later or whatever, I mean, even longer than that from our doing it.
I never imagined us being able to do that. I was just hoping for 1 or 2 along the way.
Right.
And that's why I try to stay really focused on what we're doing and where we're at now, and kind of in my shoes and not looking at the bigger picture. So we're going to focus one game at a time, and maybe at the end of the year we can look back and enjoy what we've done. I haven't been able to do that yet because I'm always worried about the next game and the next thing. But, just their program, I think they've won 3 state championships. I think they might have played in 7.
Yeah.
It's really a tremendous program.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, Coach, we're here at Bogies again. We really appreciate them being our home for the John Peacock Coach Show for the next foreseeable few weeks or more, obviously. I want to thank them for being here and supporting us in our show. With that, we'll take our first break of the night and come back and talk about Armwood when we get back from this commercial break. See you then.
We would like to take a moment to thank these sponsors for making this show a possibility. Jenkins Chevrolet, State College of Florida, Bogies of Venice, Venice Pest Control, Sarasota Ford, Absolute Aluminum, Chick-fil-A Pelican Plaza, Douglas Jeep, and Lightning Fast Car Wash.
And welcome back to the John Peacock Coach Show. And Coach, I neglected to let everybody know we have highlights from Tampa Tech Titans game on Friday night. So why don't we hit that right away so we can get all those clips in.
And we have an awful lot of highlights. We had a good play there. Chris Lee, he had a good game. He's a very, very physical player.
Let's say aggressive
love
player.
the way he plays. First kickoff return, first touch for Griffin Gassati in a Venice uniform. Had a nice return here.
Yeah, I thought he was going to take it right here, so he stayed in bounds.
Did a good job. Griffin had a nice catch, too, in our first drive. And I think he's real excited. He's been doing a really nice job for us.
I think they're trying to kick to somebody other than Charles Lester, and they got Griffin instead.
Yeah, and here's one of our first plays. We came out. We had a good tempo to what we were doing. Like we mentioned before, is Alvin and Gator ran hard, but Jaden Classer made some great throws. There's Griffin
catch,
again on his catch. That's again, we didn't have a huge amount of. We didn't have any players with a huge amount of catches or yards, but Jaden did a really nice job of spreading the ball around. And this is a first score there with Alvin Johnson.
And I saw Ryan Downs was in the jumbo package quite a bit.
Yep, Ryan Downs did a nice job. He's our jumbo guy, and he's been doing a really nice job with that. Again, defensively, you see right there with Chris Lee making another nice hit.
And I thought Tampa Bay Tech Titans, they had 3 quarterbacks, and all of them played pretty well. They were all pretty equivalent to each other.
Yeah, did a nice job. You see Charles Lester there in the coverage. I think that guy number 4 is a 3 or 4 star player.
Yeah. The last name was Wilson, Dallas Wilson, I think his name was. Eli Seed.
Yeah, Eli Seed did a great job. Had a great play. He's again leading tackler, coming back for us. We're excited about the things that Eli's been doing. You see Jaden with another nice throw. He gets that ball there quick.
That was out fast
defend.
and had a little velocity on it too.
Yes,
Sparks done it and made a nice catch on that one.
It's tough to defend the perfect throw like that
Yeah.
with that much velocity on it. Again, nice throw and catch. Again, that's Griffin Gasai. Griffin I think he had 2 catches. Ryan Matulovich had 3 maybe.
Yep.
I think Ryan led in receptions.
Actually, Lewis
Lewis had the most?
Yeah, he had 5.
He had 5.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Wasn't aware of that. He had a nice one-handed catch. It's hard to tell that it's one-handed on the film, but he did a nice job. Great punt there by Kane Judson. And he's going to be taking over our kicking duties too.
And where you do that, I mean, it was nice where he put that right inside the 20, no return.
Yeah.
That's if you can put it in the right spots, it's a game changer.
There's Carter Dalton again,
Yeah.
another leading tackler returning.
And their guy number 1, last name was McKay, really shifty, good player. And that open field tackle was a good open field tackle.
Again, Carter Dalton again. Nice play by him. Him and Adam Papatanakis.
Again in the backfield.
Yeah, that was put a little pressure on him there on 3rd down.
Between
this is 4th down that we came up and made a nice play. This is Dalen Platt. I mean, that was a great play by him.
That 1 inch more,
right,
he gets the first down. That was a great
huge
tackle.
Stop. Yeah, huge stop for us. Offensive line, you just pay attention to offensive line. They did a great job getting off the ball, the point of attack. Great job in pass pro. There's Ryan Matulovich. We said Ryan had 3 catches, I believe, 3 or 4.
Yep. And he always has a nice target for the quarterback when he sets up.
This was a great play here.
Oh, yeah.
This is Noah Chifo. Big 3rd down conversion.
And what a mismatch he is. Is he 6'4"?
Big body.
Yeah.
Yep.
And loop it up, and he makes the catch, and nothing kid could do.
Again, another nice throw.
Yeah.
So we're physical out there in the wide receiver spot.
No, they don't want to go down. They're definitely yards after the catch guys. They're all about it.
This is a great timing throw. He's throwing that ball before he's out of the break. Great route by Zaccaro. And we come back in with our jumbo package. I want to say Alvin carries this in.
Yeah,
for a score. And, I think at that point we put a nice drive together with some run and pass. And, like I always say, when you put a long drive together against teams, going with our tempo, then it tends to wear on them.
I say the tempo was reaching that very comfortable pace.
Right.
Faster than anybody else can do, but not like super fast.
Great play by Dalen Platt. I'm not sure they had a catch on Dalen or
I don't know if they did or not.
Or Charles in the whole game.
Good play by Papatanakis on a tackle.
Had a punt block here.
Yeah, we had a deflected one. I'm not sure
this one wasn't the punt block. This is a nice return by Zaccaro. He does a nice job, makes some good decisions. I mean, he's quick. He is very, very quick.
Yeah. And to stop in reverse field is not easy to do. If you usually do it, you get stopped quick.
This is a great run here by.
Yeah, this is where you see what he's capable of.
I mean, there's some separation there, and you see our receivers. They are working to get downfield and block. That was nice to see Friday night.
I mean, he was pretty much down in the backfield.
Yeah.
And looked like the play was almost over, and he just busts out of it. I think he scores here, or no,
Jaden.
Gets
Well, no, I want to say we went jumbo here, and I think Ryan scores. Nope, we kept him in, and Gator.
There we go, yeah.
Gator finishes the
I
deal.
thought he had scored on that drive.
With great blocking up front, point of attack.
Both backs do a really nice job following their lead block.
Yes,
They kind of work off that lead block.
did a good job making the tackle here inside the 20.
And a nice kickoff.
Yeah, I mean that's we told Judson
the
he was
corner.
kicking off on Thursdays. First he knew about it, and this is right before the half. We get a block here by Gasati. If he wouldn't have jumped, he would have ran through it. Would have been going the other way.
That was the comment from both myself and Trey. He went up. It should have went towards the foot.
Yeah.
That would.
Believe me, we teach them that. It's hard to. Sometimes it's hard to listen or something.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
There's
so
there's a
inviting
skill
to
to
jump.
that.
It's
Yeah,
so
yeah.
inviting to jump. This is the start of the no. This is the very end of the second half,
Right.
I believe. Nice run there by Alvin.
After Gators series, Alvin came out and showed what he could do quick too.
Yeah, another nice quick. I mean, it's hard to defend right there. The ball's on the money, and it gets there nice and quick. This is the first drive of the second half. This is one of the things I was really, really happy about. This is one of the first plays. This is the first play of the third quarter.
Yes.
Or the third quarter. And it's nice to see us come out strong. This is the second play of the third quarter. Here comes the third play of the third quarter. I mean, they're all highlights. I mean, I think we scored in 4 plays. Very fast, running the ball, throwing the ball. This is Jace Barksdale. And get down to 5 in 3 plays, and then we punch it in here in the next play.
Yeah, it was like you said. You always want when you have that decision to defer. You want this is the kind of drive you hope to have.
And typically, I hate to say this, but typically teams take identity. And this typically when you come out and you're slow coming out the third quarter to start the season,
it do it
seems to carry on the entirety of the season. So hopefully this will carry on the entirety of the season, coming out like that.
And that was a 2-point conversion by Ryan Downs watching that last play.
Yeah, and then we come up with a nice goal line stop. This is 1st and goal at the 10, and I think they end up having 4th and 24. They had a personal foul.
Yes, a kind of an unnecessary situation because
Yeah.
it was after a supposed touchdown. It was sort of silly.
And we came up made a nice play and
Fleming and Dalton.
get the ball back. That's a big, huge change in momentum there. That was the one-handed catch. It's kind of hard to see that he caught it with one hand. But he's had a good week of practice this week, so I'm excited to see what he does this Friday. Again, Alvin Johnson,
running through kind of an arm
nice
tackle
carry.
there.
Yeah, I think we had 16 runs over 10 yards. 16 or so runs over 10 yards, which
would make sense because there was 379 yards of total,
Right.
rushing total. So
601 total yards.
Right.
The quarterback got in it. I think both quarterbacks had some nice runs.
Now he's just reading that, but it's
that was a read. If
Yeah.
you turn back the film and watch what would handed it if he handed it there, that would have been it would have been a nice run too. Then Ryan Matulovic, and I can't say enough about how that ball just gets there. Like you can't defend it.
and they're timing it up nicely with
Yeah.
as he's throwing it. They're turning or coming out of their cuts, and again, good target to throw to.
This is counter and score here. Jaden had a great game. I mean, he made very, very few mistakes in either the run and the pass game. And then Ryan did a really
takes it
nice
in
job
again.
as well. I mean, he's a load, and you saw when he broke a 34 or 35-yard run and how fast he is too.
Like I said, on that play right there, it works when you go off that lead blocker,
Right.
especially in jumbo, and he peels it inside and he walks in the end zone. That was almost a house call right there.
Brantley, Kanai almost stepped in front of it and made a touchdown. I think he's a little disappointed he didn't. But he'll make those plays throughout the year. See, the defense we did a really good job stopping the run in the second half. I think they had one run where they got down there, but
they didn't do much. There's a play by Galloway.
That was real close to being a fumble there.
But all the guys were in the backfield a lot in the second half.
Great effort play by Galloway.
There's Eli Jones and Ryan Daly making a play as well.
Here's Ryan Downs.
Good hard run.
I mean, he's a load to bring down. You'll see later on I think it was 3rd and 3, and he carried folks for 12 yards.
And there's Jaden.
Yeah, good decision by getting down.
He's going to say, you don't see it a lot in high school. A lot of guys don't want to slide.
No reason for him to take a hit.
Right.
That's something I make him do. I mean, that's not his character.
The first guy I think I saw regularly slide was Cord Sandberg with Manatee.
He would dive.
Okay, you're right.
He would dive forward. That was a great play by both Jace and Jaden. Jaden keeping it alive, and
I think
Jace,
now the guy with 5 catches was Barksdale.
Was it Barksdale?
I think it was.
Another good run there by Jaden.
There's
Gator. I mean, he's special. He's special. You can see.
It looked like the guy was right there with him, and all of a sudden he's 3 yards ahead of him. Just that burst. Off with the 2-pointer.
Yeah, they both had a nice night. I think Gator had 8 carries and Alvin had 12.
Yeah, it was close.
It wasn't a heavy load, but they performed well. I think Gator had 150 and Alvin had 80 3
something.
touchdowns.
Yeah. And the 2 quarterbacks were both around 80 yards as well in rushing. This is a chance for you to get your second string defense in there.
This is a great hustle play by Hupp.
Yeah.
I mean, he came from the defensive tackle, ran that guy down, and he never, that's something you can put on film for our starters.
And watching the highlight, you could see how he was just sort of catching up, and
yeah,
he knew the guy didn't know he was there or wasn't expecting it.
Great hustle play. Good catch there by Ryan. Got the first down. This is the third and 8. Oh no, this is the next third down. This is the Carl again. Nice catch, nice throw. He almost got out of there.
Yeah. A little bit extracurricular.
Yeah, little extra.
Nothing more than hot air.
Yeah, they're getting a little upset. It's kind of scores out of hand.
Yeah, absolutely. And you see that a lot. You see somebody is getting beat on a play.
This is Ryan's touchdown. I mean, you see he can run, and he's a load. I mean, 225 pounds.
6'5"?
6'5", yeah. And runs tough, runs with great pad level. And you'll see right here the next carry is the first high school carry for Macho. He gets the 2-point conversion. He ran with great pad level too.
Absolutely. He looked really good.
I mean, he ran tough. I mean, he's right now he's working with the scout team. But he's learning to get his pad level down, and we had an interception there.
Yeah, that was Judson.
Great job, and that's when our twos are in the game, and we're able to get a stop. This is Malachi Corbett's first varsity catch. Does a nice job, gets a first down. Twos came out there and did a really nice job.
No, it was smooth. Like I said, you really didn't see much of a downturn in efficiency or any of that.
Well, those offensive linemen, that's the deal. I mean, it's those guys. Some of them have starting experience. You see them talking about Macho with his pad level and how hard he runs.
He doesn't. He looks like he's at the varsity level. You see a freshman, sometimes you're like,
this is the 4th down I was talking about with Ryan. I mean, he's just carrying folks.
Yeah, no doubt.
I mean, that's a great third and 3 run.
That
Macho,
just inspires the line.
Macho almost came out the back end of this. I think we tackled him.
Yeah, they were pushing him down. Yeah. So 48-7 was the final score. And again, from the highlight package, you can see what we were talking about. Everybody kind of contributed. Defense was looking good after that first drive. Both offensive, the first string and second team seemed proficient. So again, you had to be happy with it.
It didn't look like a first game. Is all I'm saying is I'm not saying that we have arrived. We're nowhere close to arrive. We have to get better for sure to accomplish the goals we want to accomplish. But it did not. When we turned the film on, it did not look like a typical every single year first game. What it looks like.
Right.
We looked like we knew what we were doing. We looked like we were being coached. The stage wasn't too big for us.
Right.
We didn't get nervous or the jitters. We think we played really well.
No doubt. With that, we'll take our next break tonight. We'll come back and preview the game against the Armwood Hawks. Perennial power, like we mentioned before. They're going to come in here, and I'm sure they're going to be coached well and be ready to go when
My
we
cousin's
get here.
a coach.
Really?
Yeah.
Talk about that. With that, we'll take our break. Come back here at the John Peacock Coach Show for our preview of the Armwood game. See you back here shortly.
We would like to take a moment to thank these sponsors for making this show a possibility. Jenkins Chevrolet, State College of Florida, Bogies of Venice, Venice Pest Control, Sarasota Ford, Absolute Aluminum, Chick-fil-A Pelican Plaza, Douglas Jeep, and Lightning Fast Car Wash.
And welcome back to the John Peacock Coach Show. And Coach, Armwood Hawks come to town. What do you got for us? What do you know about Armwood, and what's our expectations?
Well, my cousin's the head coach, so I'm sure he's
Be like a cornhole game in the backyard.
if he's anything, if he's going to probably have a great game plan.
He's going to be smart.
Yep.
You know that, right?
They have a great game plan, and they're going to be ready to play football. They have a great defensive football team. They have 3 or 4 guys that they rotate in. We were watching the film. We couldn't figure out who was what. They all look the same. They're all like 96, 98, 97, 99, and their jerseys roll up, and all you see is it's a 9 and something. They all look, and they look like twins.
Well, the PA announcers are going to have a good time on
like
on
200,
Friday night then.
Yeah, 260 pounds, 6'3", 260, 280, big guys. And on defense, they're primarily they play cover one. They have athletes, and it's kind of disrespectful how they line up in the secondary because every snap is like, hey, I got you,
right?
Kind of match up.
Okay, yeah.
And they get after you. Their linebackers, it enables their middle linebackers to really get downhill and play football. Offensively, they have a young quarterback that his first year. He's a sophomore, but they have a really strong running game. You remember how the Armwood line used to look? They look the same. They're huge up front. They're physical. They finish blocks. They played last week versus Lakeland and lost by 14, but I think it was a much closer game than what it really was. Lakeland had two really long runs, one where the guy should have been tackled in the backfield. So they're going to be a good football team. I mean, I can't say anything different. Like I said, they've won 3 state championships and probably played in 7.
And they don't shy away from competition.
No.
They always have been that team. They're always around the playoffs and moving themselves up. And,
right.
they're just like I said, the expectation is that there's legacy there. There's tradition there.
Yeah, I mean, one of the programs, early on in my career that I totally admired and was just in awe of how they did what they did consistently over time.
Right, and there's nothing flashy about it. They just went out there and they played good, hard football. How many times again we played them? 3 or 4 times? 3 times?
I mean, they were the dominant team. Them and Plant High School in the Tampa area.
Right.
Those 2 teams, each and every year, were the dominant team. They beat us twice. We've never beat Armwood. I think we played them twice in the playoffs, and they put it to us pretty good.
The game is again 8:00 start on Friday night.
8 o'clock
a little later start. Powell Davis Stadium. Come on out. There's tickets always available, and then we're looking forward to all the fans coming out to all of our home games. There'll be 8 home games this year, this being the first one. And we're looking forward to all the fans coming out. And Coach, I know that always gets the team fired up when the crowd's into it.
Yeah, great. We had a great crowd Friday. If we can keep that up and build on that each week, I think that we're going to be trying to sell season tickets on Friday at the game.
Right.
If you haven't got your season tickets yet,
Absolutely.
That's also a bonus. Don't have to stand in lines. You're going to be guaranteed a spot to sit.
Absolutely, and that's the route I would take if I wasn't doing this. What I was doing, I would.
It's
have
only $2 more. $2 more. I mean, you can't beat it. And like I said, nice commemorative ticket you'd get with it as well. And like I said, guaranteed a spot to sit. And you're the first right of refusal during the playoffs.
Yeah, that's perfect. Well, Coach, again, Friday night, 8 p.m. Don't forget, come on out and come out and see a great game, and we're looking forward to another, hopefully an improvement, like we said before, from game 1
That's
to game
what
2.
we're planning on. Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt. With that, thank you, and thank you guys for watching the John Peacock Show. We'll see you here next week with the John Peacock Coaches Show.
What time is it? Game time. 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 Going beast mode when the game begin. I worked all summer to be a champion. At Venice High School, all we do is win. Man, it feel good to be a